Colorado High School Activities Association basketball is on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network tonight from Fort Morgan High School. It's a Mustang basketball doubleheader as the Mustang boys and girls take on the Frederick Warriors. I'm John Beltran with the girls game beginning here in just a few minutes. The starting lineups are being introduced, and it's all underclassmen for this team from Frederick, with the exception of one senior in Allie Davis. Megan Maharis, Savannah Staff, the leading scorer, is a sophomore at 8.8 points a game. Kenna Tarnowski and Jaden Glasgow. We know the Mustangs are a little bit shorthanded. Tessa Frasco with a hyperextended knee. So Marbella Estrada Diaz is in the starting lineup along with junior Emma Christensen, Kirsten Dahl, Olivia Wolf, and Jenna Fritzler, all underclass women here in the starting lineup for the Mustangs. And the opening tip tonight from Fort Morgan High School is brought to you by High Plains Bank, your friendly local community bank, serving Wiggins and all surrounding areas. Find out more at highplainsbank.com. It'll be Kirsten Dahl, who nearly sustained a severe injury in the last game when she slammed into the wall. She is jumping center against Kenna Tarnowski. And the tip is controlled by Frederick, coached by Jake Hansen. The Mustangs coached by Steve Starsher. Lob down low, Davis banks and scores. Off the feed and just 5 seconds into the game, and then a turnover. Olivia Wolf traveled in the backcourt. Well, that was quick, a nice feed over there. I believe that was from Savannah Staff to Davis. They inbound it, right corner three. Staff is off the back of the rim. Rebound put back is up and a miss, but a foul on Wolf as Megan Mahedas grabbed the rebound. And the Mustangs falling asleep here in the early going, already with a turnover. And the quick foul on Olivia Wolf. And to the line is Megan Majerus is the correct pronunciation, and that is good. It is a 3-0 Frederick lead, 13 seconds into the game. Second free throw's upcoming, back rimmed, and the ball is tipped around into the hands of Tarnowski. She puts it up right baseline and misses. And Jenna Fritzler grabs the rebound for the Mustangs. Here comes Emma Christensen, top of the three-point circle. Looks like they're player to player here on the defense. On the outside left to Wolf, left-handed dribble. Lobs it down low for Fritzler over her head. And the ball is loose on the floor. A tie-up between Fritzler and Savannah Staff. It stays with the Mustangs. Possession arrow pointing in their direction. They're wearing their home whites. And the dark blues for Frederick. Bounce pass to Dahl. She banks, misses, got nothing but glass. To the right of the basketball is knocked out of bounds by Tarnowski. And the Mustangs retain possession to throw it into the left of the basket on the offensive end is Wolf. Lobs it on the outside right off Estrada Diaz, but she chases it down. Right corner for Wolf. Dribbles to her left behind the three-point line towards the top of the key. Olivia Wolf swings it right side to Estrada Diaz. Bounce pass down low, but that's forced over there to Dahl. And the ball is loose on the floor, and it's going to be picked up there by Frederick, by Staff. There's the lob down low for Davis. She banks off the side of the backboard. Kirsten Dahl with a rebound for the Mustangs. 1 minute into the game, 3-0 Frederick. On the high right here is Emma Christensen. Cross court to Wolf. Wolf dribbling to her left, back towards the top of the right hand. Swings it straight away. Dahl down low for Fritzler. And then she, I believe, was fouled on the floor before she put up the shot. The foul was committed by Kenna Tarnowski. That's her first. And to throw it in underneath the basket will be Olivia Wolf. Looking, still looking. Got to get rid of it. Bounces it down low to Fritzler into the lane. Hooks and fouled as she misses. Strong move to the bucket by Jenna Fritzler. And she will shoot a deuce. And I believe that's Tarnowski again. She's going to have to take a seat on the bench. And Coach Hansen is going to summon in Haley Howell after the second foul. And to the stripe here is the junior Fritzler. The free throw is in. She's coming off an excellent game. 12 points in that victory against Niwot. So Tarnowski probably out for the remainder of the quarter at least. And Haley Howell is into the game for Frederick. And she's a sophomore. Second free throw is in. Fritzler goes 2 for 2. The Mustangs down 3-2, 6:45 to go in the opening quarter. Jaden Glasgow with the basketball. She did not touch it the first 2-3 possessions. Swings it down low all the way, and Staff banks and misses. An easy miss, though. And the rebound to Fritzer, her second. There's the outlet to Wolf. Crossover dribble across the timeline. Swings it left side. Christensen penetrating left baseline. Puts up a shot around, and she misses, but she's fouled. Strong move to the bucket by Emma Christensen. She will shoot 2. And she was fouled by Haley Howell. A little bit later on, we'll have some video clips of this game up on our KSIR B106 channel on YouTube, more than likely in the second half. And the free throw is up and off to the right. Missed it badly. Second free throw is upcoming. When it comes to experience, Buildings by Design is the best in the business. Quality, commitment, and experience makes Buildings by Design the only choice when it comes to your next project. Free throw is up and good, nothing but string. And the Mustangs have scored 3 in a row. It's tied at 3. With 6:23 to go in the opening quarter. Here is Staff, stripped at midcourt by Estrada Diaz. It's picked up by Christensen, down low for Estrada Diaz. She chases it down on the baseline. Back out to Wolf, she traveled. Third turnover for the Mustangs. Yeah, Olivia's got some good handles, but you got to dribble before you step, and she knew that. Jaden Glasgow the other way for Frederick against Christensen. Just beyond the timeline, right side for Howell. Down low for Glasgow. Banks and scores a beautiful give and go. And Frederick with a 5-3 lead. Under 6 to go in the opening quarter. Crossover dribble, backcourt, jump pass to Christensen from Wolf. Feeds it back out to Fritzer straight away. Overhead pass to Estrada Diaz. Bounce pass to Dahl. Has the shot blocked right in her face there by Allie Davis. And again, that is, you got to pump fake. Long pass, 10-footers up by Glasgow, missed it. Emma Christensen with a weak side rebound. Christensen out of the pack. Now she's double-teamed in the backcourt. Has to get rid of it. And a timeout called by head coach Steve Starcer. Oh, no, was it a foul? It was a foul. On Savannah Staff, check that. I thought the coach Starcer was going to call a timeout. But, yeah, Dahl just went up. I mean, you got to know somebody's there. A pump fake. You got to. I've talked about this so many times. I mean, it's not like the defender's not going to try to block your shot. There's the bounce pass down low for Dahl, poked away, but a foul from behind. I think that's Davis who might have committed the foul. And it is. And all of a sudden, Frederick's in trouble. They've committed 14 fouls, or is it 5? Yeah, they've got 5. The Mustangs with only 1. And Kylie Rosine is going to come into the game right corner. Here's Wolf dribbling to her left. Jump pass, cross court to Christensen. Dribbles left of the lane, kicks it back out to Estrada Diaz at the top. Right side to Wolf, looking down low. Maintains the left-handed dribble. Top of the three-point circle. Fritzler overhead pass down low for Dahl. Left baseline to Christensen. Dribbles into the lane. Tries to hook it up. Blocked. And Dahl goes up, and she has it partially blocked. Dahl again goes up, throws up an air ball. Savannah Staff has it for Frederick. Long pass front court. Majerus. Lob down low for Davis. Right baseline. Turns, shoots, misses. And a foul. I think Jenna Fritzler got her across the wrist. And for Fritzler, that's her first foul, the team's second. With 4:50 remaining, opening quarter, mobile banking on the go. Makes banking easier for you when you're on the go. Check them out today, Equitable Savings and Loan. Free throw is nothing but net for Allie Davis. And it's a 6-3 advantage for Frederick. And Coach Hansen's made a lot of substitutions. The Mustangs are not as deep. Certainly not for this game. Second free throw, front rimmed. Strong rebound there is pulled away by Emma Christensen, her second. Christensen crosses over across the timeline. Left-handed dribble. Swings it left side to Wolf. Swings by a defender all the way. Puts it up, and that's blocked. Again, no pump fake. And the ball is taken in the corner by Jaden Glasgow of Frederick. On the outlet, long baseball pass, front court taken by Staff. She banks and scores with the left hand, Savannah Staff. That's a great pass there by Majerus. And Frederick's on a 5-0 run, and turning the ball over, palming the ball was Olivia Wolf in the backcourt, her second turnover. And Kylie Rosine, not sure how to pronounce that last name, Rosine. She's into the game. 3/4 court, Staff to throw it in. Lobs it near midcourt to Glasgow. On the outside left to Howell. In the left corner to Majerus. Lob down low is picked off. Intercepted by Fritzler. Second turnover for Frederick. Here is Olivia Wolf. Crossing over, lost control in the backcourt's got to get rid of it. She's not going to cross the timeline by herself. Oh, she barely did right there with 1 second to go. Wolf looking, bounce pass on the outside left to Christensen. 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. 8-3 Frederick. Left of the free throw line, bounce pass down low. Fritzler turns, hooks, and she traveled. Shuffled the right foot after moving that left foot. Here comes Lauren Rosine into the game, so there's 2 Rosines out there. And a 30-second timeout. That's going to be the mass timeout with 3:55 to go in the opening quarter. And Frederick with an 8-3 lead, but right now Fort Morgan has 3 points, and they have committed 5 turnovers in the game, and that's what they've been trying to avoid all season. They were more disciplined against Niwot on Tuesday night, but Niwot is not the opponent Frederick is. Now, Frederick is also winless like Niwot, but there's more talent on this Frederick team. There's no question about that. Bank of Colorado is the only bank dedicated to help you make the most of living in Colorado. Not just a bank in Colorado, they're Bank of Colorado. Proud supporter of local sports and academics. The Mustangs have not made a substitution. Once again, Tessa Frasco sidelined with a hyperextended left knee. And she is out for this game. So the bench is thin. Frederick a deeper team tonight, without a doubt. Here's Savannah Staff at the top, dribbling to her right of the lane, back out to Howe. Swings it right side. That is Kylie Rosine. Cross court to Lauren Rosine. Into the lane to Graff. Picks it out. Howe, 3. Air ball. And the ball is loose. That was Staff, not Graff. And it's still loose. And it's kicked out by Staff. Nice rebound. Kicks it out in the right corner. That's Jaden Glasgow. Back out to Howe. It looked like she traveled. Or was she bodied up and fouled? That pass was about a foot away. And it was a Mustang foul. And that's on Fritzler, her second. Let's see what Coach Starcer does. Again, he doesn't have much to go bench-wise. Holly Lewis available. Pass inside, poked away by Fritzler. Intended over there for Majerus. Intercepted. Third turnover for the Warriors. Olivia Wolf the other way with a crossover dribble. Wolf guarded by Staff. Picks up her dribble. Cross court here is Christensen on the outside left. Fritzler into the lane. Swings it. Right wing to Wolf, and she traveled again. Man, she's struggling. Wolf has committed 3 turnovers. She's got to dribble. You get the pass, dribble. She's definitely traveled twice, and both have been called. Staff the other way, behind her back against Estrada Diaz. Jump pass, right wing. Howe fakes the 3. Looked like a walk, no whistle. Now to Glasgow all the way. Scoops it up, and a foul as she missed it. Underhand shot to the right of the basket. And Jaden Glasgow to the stripe. And that's going to be Fritzler again. Well, they got to take her out of the game now. That's her 3rd foul. Well, let's see if they mark that on the board. Well, it says 2 on the board. I thought they had her for a 3rd foul. Yep. All right, now they've got it. Free throw is up and good by Jaden Glasgow. Here, Brooklyn Cundiff is going to get plenty of playing time because Glasgow is going to shoot the second while Fritzler goes to the bench. 3 fouls in the opening 5 minutes and 2 seconds of the game. And the second free throw is off the back of the rim and good. That should be 10-3. Yeah, they've got 9. That should be 10-3. 4-7. Yeah, I don't know why they don't have that point up there. Timeout is called, but it should be 10-3. Both free throws went in. Let's see if they correct that. There you go. With 2:58 to go in the opening quarter, the Mustangs have 6 turnovers, and Frederick is on a 7-0 run. And again, we hope to have video highlights, but the Mustangs have to play better. If not, this is all going to be on Frederick's side. They certainly look like the better team right now, and they've already substituted 4 players. So they're a fresher team right now, the Mustangs, with 1 substitution, and that was only because of foul trouble. And Brooklyn Cundiff into the game for Jenna Fritzler, who's probably done for the first half with those 3 fouls. Backcourt pressure, Dahl into Wolf. Wolf underneath her own basket. Maintains the dribble, picks up the dribble. Now to Estrada Diaz front court, 2-on-1. Christensen, middle of the lane. Christensen all the way. Banks and scores. Emma Christensen with a strong move. That stops the 7-0 run. Frederick 10 and Fort Morgan 5. 2:38 to go in the first. Glasgow straight away. Swings it left corner to Rosine. Cross-court pass taken. Long 3 by Staff is good on the right wing. Savannah Staff, averaging 8.8 points a game, is 5 in the first. It's 13-5 Frederick. Estrada Diaz nearly tripped up in midcourt. Swings it right side to Wolf. Lobs it down low. Cundiff. Cundiff has a shot blocked from behind. No pump fake again. And it's taken to the corner by Lauren Rosine. Frederick the other way. And the shot is up and missed. And an offensive foul committed by Kylie Rosine. She just went straight into the defender Dahl. It'll be Mustang basketball, but again, they've got to get it across midcourt. 6 turnovers and only 5 points. Approaching the 2-minute mark of the opening quarter. And Kirsten Dahl will trigger it in. Dahl in the backcourt to Olivia Wolf. Jump pass to Christensen along the side. Dribbles by a defender all the way, and it's going to be an offensive foul. And she goes down hard. Yeah, that could have been a pull-up. Christensen getting up slowly here. Yeah, I thought she could have pulled up for an easy 3-footer, but decided to go all the way, and that was not the right decision. And it's also a 7th turnover for Fort Morgan. And here comes Jaden Glasgow for Frederick. Mustangs in a 2-3. Lob it down low for Majerus. Picks up the dribble, swings it left corner. Rosine wide open 3, but it's well short. And the rebound to Olivia Wolf, her first. And we have a 30-second timeout called by head coach Steve Starcer. Holly Lewis is about to check in. She's got to play a huge role tonight. Emma Christensen is hurt. She went down hard. I don't know if it's a hand or a wrist, but I'll tell you what, if she cannot return or returns at far less than 100%, Fort Morgan has no shot tonight. I mean, they need her for sure. She just scored 15 points in a 22-point victory against Niwot without Christensen. She came down hard on that wrist, it looked like, when she was called for the offensive foul. She's also a very good defender. So Fort Morgan needs her in the worst way. And now they're really undermanned, so to speak. Jenna Fritzler with 3 fouls. Tessa Frasco out because of injury. And your best player right now is getting medical attention. Lewis off the inbounds pass, dribbles into a defender, and it's taken away by Savannah Staff. On the right wing, Rosine now to Howe. 10-footer straight away, back rimmed, and the ball is poked out of bounds by Howe. That'll go to the Mustangs. Fort Morgan with their 8th turnover. And now Gwen Hanks for Frederick. This is the 10th player they're summing in. Glasgow is out. Backcourt pressure. Dahl to throw it in. Bounce pass into Olivia Wolf. Wolf guarded by Staff. She crosses over, then dribbles the ball off her foot. She picks it up, re-dribbles, has to get it across midcourt. And now barely across midcourt again is Wolf, but she did her job on the outside left. Wolf now in the corner. Got to get rid of it. Bounce pass back out to Dahl. Looking, still looking. Feeds it to Wolf in the corner. Penetrates left baseline. Puts up a floater. It hits the front of the rim. And the ball is loose. It's rebounded by Frederick. Foul in the backcourt. I think Holly Lewis fouled Rosine. Yep. Holly Lewis has committed her first. Both teams with 6 fouls in the first quarter. We'll see quite a few free throws in the second quarter. Frederick is on a 10-2 run. A minute to go in the opening quarter. On the outside right, Rosine with a basketball. Lobs it right corner for Howe. Now straight away, Staff, wide open triple, in and out. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Estrada Diaz. Then she lost control of the ball, and it's out of bounds off of Estrada Diaz. And there was miscommunication. 2 Mustangs had the ball. Frederick basketball again with 50.3 seconds remaining in the first. Looking to go up by double digits. Savannah Staff, a sophomore, good-looking player. Into the lane, Majerus back out to Staff with the left wing to Rosine with a chest pass. Swings it cross-court to Hanks. She'll take the triple. That's going to be an air ball well short. Tipped into the hands of Olivia Wolf, her second board. Wolf, uncontested, into the front court, met by Staff, near the top. Maintains the dribble, crosses over to her left. Left side over to Kirsten Dahl. Lob down low, Wolf puts up a shot partially blocked. Again, no pump fake. I don't get that. And Gwen Hanks has it. There's the lob, left baseline, Rosine down low in the lane for Howe, and looked like she traveled, no whistle. Here is Savannah Staff, right wing 3, and that's off the back of the rim. And that ball's into the hands of Majerus, puts it up, or that's Rosine, and she missed. And the ball is taken away by Kirsten Dahl. That's the end of the opening quarter with the score. Frederick 13, Fort Morgan 5 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back at Fort Morgan High School. Emma Christensen getting medical treatment. She landed on her hand or wrist, and the Mustangs trail going into the second quarter. 13-5, Frederick basketball. Here is Lauren Rosine dribbling towards the top of the left hand against Olivia Wolf, and we've got a 5-second violation. Nice defense by Wolf. Fourth turnover for the Warriors. The Mustangs had 9 in the opening quarter. And they scored just 2 points in the final, 4 or 5 minutes of that quarter. Wolf, Lewis, Estrada Diaz. Fritzler's in there with 3 fouls. And Kirsten Dahl. Wolf across the timeline. She's got to get rid of it before she's called for 5 seconds. Picks up the dribble. Bounce pass back out to Lewis. Dribbles by a defender. Left baseline all the way. Scoops it up. Threw up an air ball with the right hand. And it is Kylie Rosine with the basketball. 3-on-2. Down low for Hanks. Dribbles. And then is the shot blocked out of bounds by Fritzler. Nice defense by the Mustang Junior. And that looked like a travel before she did that. Nonetheless, Frederick has possession, and Gwen Hanks to throw it in. Hanks looking down low. Davis is now in there now. On the right wing, the 3 is up, and that is good. Megan Majerus on the right wing drills the 3. She's got 4. And it is now a 14-2 run for Frederick. They lead 16-5. 7:06 to go, second quarter. Wolf at the top of the basketball. Picked up by Hanks. Left side to Lewis. Maintains the dribble, picks up the dribble, then her pass is tipped away, grabbed by Fritzler, down low for Dahl. She banks and scores to the left of the basket. Nice job there. Nice assist from Fritzler, that is, to Kirsten Dahl. And it's now a 16-7 game. On the high left is Rosine. Swings it right side for Majerus. At the top for Gwen Hanks. Left-handed dribble, left of the lane. Forces up a shot and misses off the front of the rim. And that should be a tie-up between Fritzler and Gwen Hanks. It should be. No. That's Mustang basketball. Yeah, Frederick had the ball to begin the quarter. Yeah, that's got to be Fort Morgan basketball. The arrow was not pointing in the correct direction. Now it is. And now Lewis to throw it in. Backcourt pressure, though. She could do a baseball pass, but nobody's breaking for the basket. Olivia Wolf in the backcourt. Now the Mustangs trying to take this into the front court, and Wolf does it successfully. Wolf swings it left side for Lewis. Left-handed dribble fouled by Megan Majerus. That'll be a 1-and-1 situation. 17 foul. That's what the Mustangs need now, down by 9 with 6:23 to go before the break. Fill up your cooler, gas up your car at Stubbs Gas and Oil. Easy and convenient. Makes them the only stop you need on your way to the big game. Stubbs Gas and Oil. And the free throw is no good. Rebound to Fritzler. She puts it up and in from 2 feet away to the left of the basket. Nice job by Jenna Fritzler. And Fort Morgan has scored the last 4 points of the game, down by 7. 6:10 to go, second quarter. At the top of the basketball is Kylie Rosine. Back out to Majerus, guarded by Holly Lewis. Swings it right side for Hanks. Hanks out to Lauren Rosine. Back out to Davis behind the 3-point line. Now long 3. Majerus is good. It rattles in on the left wing. Majerus with her second triple of the quarter. She's got 7. And then Estrada Diaz, for some reason, dribbled into 2 defenders, taken away. Here is Davis. And then Estrada Diaz rips it away from Davis. 1-on-2. Estrada Diaz wants to pull up. Looked like she walked badly, yeah. You got to kick that back out. You don't have the numbers, and then she just kept going after she stopped the dribble. And Emily Wells will check in for Fort Morgan for Holly Lewis. Frederick with a 19-9 lead. 5.5 to go, second quarter. Gwen Hanks dribbles right side. Hanks feeds it to Davis. Back out straight away, threw it behind Rosine, and it's going to go way out of bounds. Turnover number 6 for the Warriors. Man, I feel air conditioning in here. That's crazy. I think that door, we're going to have to close a door around here. And that is some cool air coming in. And to throw it in will be Emily Wells in the front court to the right of the Frederick bench. Swings it right side for Olivia Wolf. Wolf maintains the dribble. Then has the ball stripped away by Jaden Glasgow. 12 turnovers for the Mustangs. Glasgow on the outside right. Swings it cross court to Majerus. Now on the high right into the game now. Is that a 22? I don't have a 22 here for Frederick. Straight away to Rosine. Lob down low, Glasgow. Left baseline. Davis, 10-foot rainbow. Yes. Allie Davis has 5. And we've got a whistle. And I think Kirsten Dahl is hurt for the second straight game. She took a shot going for the rebound. It should be 21-9, Frederick. Yeah, the score after the opening quarter was 13-5. That should be 21-9 in favor of Frederick. They've scored 8 points in the quarter, but they have not given Frederick the 2 points on the board. Well, we'll keep a running tally here in case that doesn't get updated. So now Dahl is out. So that's 2 Mustangs hurt in the game. Fort Morgan, again, it says 19-9 on the board. It should be 21-9 in favor of Frederick. They've got 8 points in the quarter. Emily Wells to throw it in. It's not easy keeping book. Wells in the backcourt, all types of pressure. Feeds Olivia Wolf. Wolf easy into the front court. Watch out from behind. Now she's unimpeded on the left side, dribbling towards the top with a basketball. Swings it left side for Estrada Diaz. Estrada Diaz bounce pass down low, but it evades Fritzler out of bounds. 13 turnovers. Again, the board says 19-9. Should be 21-9, Frederick. 21-9, the official score. The other way. Here is Savannah Staff right of the lane all the way. Forces up a shot. Offensive foul. Taking the contact was Fritzler. Turnover number 7. And for Savannah Staff, that's going to be her second foul. Lob in the backcourt. Here's Estrada Diaz. She's got Jenda Montoya way ahead of the field, but it's a bad pass out of bounds as Montoya just came into the game. Would have been a wide open layup. Now the teams are just trading turnovers here with 4:36 to go, and the Mustangs down 12. The board says differently, but I will go down there. I mean, you want every point to count here. I mean, they just missed it there. Inside to Davis, puts up a shot and misses. Estrada Diaz with a strong side rebound. Estrada Diaz out of the pack, dribbles by 2, lobs it left baseline. Wells, bounce pass down low off of Fritzler, out of bounds. Fort Morgan now with 15 turnovers in the game. And again, without Dahl and Christensen, both hurt in this game. And Christensen looks like it's a right wrist situation. I think she's out for the game. In the right corner, Davis wide open 3, but there's an offensive foul. Again, Fritzler took the contact off Jaden Glasgow. Her first. With 4:04 to go. And Wells to throw it in. Lob in the backcourt, intercepted by Davis. Terrible pass. Davis banks and scores. That was too easy. Now it should be 23-9. It's got 21 on the board, but they're going to have to recount. Wolf swings it right side for Estrada Diaz. Back at the top, here's Fritzler at the free throw line. Left corner, Wolf, 3 is up. Back rimmed it, and the ball is rebounded by Savannah Staff near the corner. Her third rebound. Staff into the front court. At the top between her legs. Left side to Glasgow. Left corner Davis. Another 3. That's an air ball. And Jenda Montoya with a nice rebound for Fort Morgan, but then she throws the ball away. And it's taken away by Estrada Diaz. They're just exchanging turnovers here to Olivia Wolf. Wolf across the timeline. Again, we have a discrepancy between what I have and what should be on the board. Bounce pass down low. Over to Fritzler, double team. Now Estrada Diaz, 10-footer right baseline, air ball. And the ball is loose. And Estrada Diaz trying to go for it. Now it's going to be loose on the floor and a tie-up. And it's going to be Fort Morgan basketball. And a quick timeout here. We'll keep it right here. Premier Farm Credit understands production ag, and they've been serving rural communities for over 100 years in Sterling, Fort Morgan, Yuma, and Holyoke. Premier Farm Credit. 21-9 is the score on the board, but I can tell you it's 23-9, Frederick. And hopefully that'll be corrected, because that's one thing that I've seen it before, and it drives you insane. And you have to count the points every time. And if that adjustment's not made soon, it's got to be made by halftime to get the score correct. And I'm even recounting here, and it's without question 23-9. The Mustangs to throw it in. Wells, Montoya, Fritzler, Estrada Diaz, and the inbounds pass for Olivia Wolf with 3:04 to go before the break. Lobs it right corner for Wells. Swings it back out to Montoya. At the top for Estrada Diaz. And then her pass in the corner intended for Wolf, intercepted by Glasgow. The other way in the lane, that looked like a traveling violation. No, it's going to be a foul. Savannah Staff went up for a shot, and she was hit hard. That's why it looked so awkward. Montoya with a foul. They're going to call that a two-shot foul, so Staff to the line. And the free throw's up and off to the left. Second free throw is upcoming for Savannah Staff. All her points in the opening quarter. Back in the game is Megan Majerus with those 2 3-pointers. Second free throw is good. And again, the board's got 22. I have 24. And I know that has to be corrected. Wolf into the front court. I won't say that again. Swings it left side for Estrada Diaz near the timeline. Well, now they did correct it. Here we go. Here's Fritzler. Free throw line. And then she's fouled by Savannah Staff. That should be her third. That's going to be her third foul. And that's going to be 1 and 1. Make it double bonus. That's the 10th team foul. So here we go. Fritzler to the line to shoot 2. And she bends, she shoots, and connects. Fritzler leads the Mustangs with 5 points in the game. And she's going to have to do a lot of this on her own. Without Christensen, out with an injury to her right wrist, it appears. And then Kirsten Dahl also got hurt. Second free throw's up, and that's perfect for Jenna Fritzler, playing with 3 fouls. Well, the Mustangs only trail by 13. It could be worse, 24-11, 2.5 to go. And the pass cross court knocked out of bounds by Estrada Diaz into the Mustang bench, intended for Majerus, 3/4 court. It'll be Jaden Glasgow to throw it in for Frederick. And Olivia Wolf right on top of her. Here's Rosine near midcourt, picked up by Wells, swings it right side. That is Tarnowski into the game. Glasgow's inside pass is going to be poked out of bounds. That interior pass knocked out of bounds by Estrada Diaz. And Glasgow to throw it in again. To the right of the basket on the offensive end for Frederick. Well, she's got a player wide open, Rosine wide open in the corner, and she misses the 3 air ball. Emily Wells has the basketball for Fort Morgan. Long pass to Estrada Diaz. 1-on-2, does not have the numbers again. And then Fritzler tries to save it in as the ball got loose. I don't know why Matbea's doing that. You got to just stop dribbling. You don't have the numbers. Majerus on the right wing. Swings it back out to Glasgow. 2 minutes to go, second quarter. Frederick 24, Fort Morgan 11. Right side pass as Majerus was cutting to the basket, goes into the stands. Turnover for the Warriors is their 6th of the quarter, 9th of the game. Emily Wells to throw it in. Here's Estrada Diaz. Matbea at the top now for Wells, left side. Fritzler penetrates left baseline, double team, puts up a shot partially blocked. No pump fake again. And it was taken away by Kenna Tarnowski. On the outside right, Majerus to wait away for Rosine. Back out to Tarnowski. Lobs it inside. Glasgow turns, banks, misses. Rebound to Wells. Nice job of the Mustangs blocking out there. Wells the other way. 88 seconds to go in the first half. Ball poked out of bounds by Lauren Rosine into the scores table. Mustang basketball. But again, turnovers have killed them. With 19, they have 8 more turnovers than points. And Gwen Hanks is back in for Megan Majerus. Just across midcourt, Emily Wells to throw it in. Lobs it outside right. Fritzler penetrates right baseline, dribbles by a defender, and that's a foul. That's a nice job of Jenna Fritzler drawing the contact against Tarnowski. That should be her 3rd foul based on what I've got. Yep. And here's Fritzler to the line. She is 4 out of 4 from the stripe, double bonus. And the free throw is up and in. 5 points in the quarter, 7 in the game. Rosine is in for Tarnowski. That's Kylie Rosine. 24-12 is the score. A little bit slow on the board today. Second free throw is up, and that's back rimmed. And the long rebound to Gwen Hanks. Out of the pack with the basketball. At the top is Hanks. Swings it near the corner for Howe. Lobs down low, and the ball is thrown away, but it's retrieved by Hanks. And they'll reset the offense. Nice save by Glasgow as the ball was headed out of bounds. Back at the top is Hanks. Swings it right side to Rosine. Back at the top now. Here is Haley Howe. Lob inside, poked away by Estrada Diaz, and it's intercepted by Montoya. Foul in the backcourt by Frederick. That's Gwen Hanks committing the foul. That's her first. And again, we'll have 2 free throws on the other end. And this has been tough to watch here for the last few minutes. Neither team in a rhythm. Mustangs down by 12. Montoya to the line. Brief timeout. Full timeout called by Frederick. We will not go anywhere. With a 24-12 Frederick lead. They've led the whole way. They were up 3-0. Mustangs tied it at 3. That's the only time it was tied outside of when it was 0-0. And then Frederick went on an 11-2 run. The Mustangs can make this a 10-point game. And Montoya can make 2 free throws. Fort Morgan shooting well for the line because of Fritzler. 6 out of 8. Make it 6 out of 9. Holly Lewis missed a free throw. But still close to 70%. Montoya, Lewis, Fritzler, Wells, and Estrada Diaz for Fort Morgan. Christensen done for the game with what appears to be a right wrist injury, and Kirsten Dahl is also getting medical attention. And the free throw by Montoya is back rimmed. Here comes free throw number 2. The boys game to follow at 7:30. Right here on B106. We've had a long first half, already 40 minutes after the hour. Second free throw off the back of the rim, and the rebound is into the hands of Kylie Rosine. Let's see what Frederick does with 48 seconds to go in the second. Lob down low for Hanks, right baseline, dribbles, hooks, and misses off to the right. And the ball is volleyballed around into the hands of Hanks. On the outside left, the 3 is up, and that's off the back of the rim, missed by Rosine. And then that ball is pinballed into the hands of Bella Estrada Diaz. Oh, that's nearly an over and back it was. Well, you can't make that pass. Estrada Diaz was across midcourt, and Wolf was still not across midcourt. She threw it to her. Over and back is turnover number 20. Wow, this is rough. Estrada Diaz defending. Gwen Hanks now on the right side. Rosine pulls up straight away. Here's the other Rosine. Kicks it back out to Glasgow. Swings it right side to Lauren. Against Yenda Montoya. Down low for Glasgow. She banks and misses. A little bit off to the left, and the ball is loose. Emily Wells is on her back, and she traveled. She had the ball, but then couldn't get rid of it. Give her the rebound and the turnover as well. Wells has 3 rebounds in the game. 7 seconds to go. Glasgow to throw it in on the offensive end to the left of the basket. Right baseline. Howe, 10-footer, yes. Haley Howe scores off the inbounds pass, and that's going to be it. We are at the break with the score. Frederick 26, Fort Morgan 12. It's a 3-minute break on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustangs have the ball to begin the third quarter. Holly Lewis in the right corner. Out there with Jenna Fritzler, Brooklyn Cundiff, Marbella Estrada Diaz, and Olivia Wolf, who takes the straightaway 3. It's off to the right. And the rebound to Megan Majerus of Frederick. Here's Savannah Staff at the top against Estrada Diaz. Dribbles behind her back, swings it cross court to Davis. Left of the lane, straight away from Majerus. Baseball pass right corner. Here is Staff. Backing, spinning, turning, shooting, air ball. And Fritzler has it for Fort Morgan. On the outlet to Holly Lewis. Lewis against Jaden Glasgow. Back to Cundiff. Here is Olivia Wolf. Left-handed dribble. Gets a pick from Fritzler. Left of the lane. Behind the three-point line now. Maintains the dribble, lobs it down low for Fritzler. Poked from behind by Glasgow and taken away by Frederick. Turnover number 22. Savannah Staff straight away for Frederick. At the top, backs up, swings it left corner. Majerus, wide open triple, throws up a brick. Rebound, Glasgow. She missed it. And Jenna Fritzler has it for Fort Morgan. That is her 5th rebound. On the outlet to Olivia Wolf, just beyond the timeline. Right-handed dribble, gets a pick from Cundiff. Top of the three-point circle. In the left corner towards Estrada Diaz, tried to save it in, and it's saved into Frederick. Another turnover for Fort Morgan. Long pass to Staff. She banks and misses, and the rebound and put back is up, and that one is missed by Tarnowski. Here is Davis. Now Majerus 3. Good. 3rd triple of the game for Megan Majerus. Timeout, Fort Morgan. We'll take it with them. 6:29 to go, 3rd quarter. Frederick 29, Fort Morgan 12 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Here's Marbella Estrada Diaz. 14-footer is going to be an air ball. Fritzler tries to save it in, does to Glasgow of Frederick. 29-12 Frederick. 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Glasgow straight away in the right corner for Staff. Lob down low for Glasgow. Perfect pass. Didn't look it in. It goes out of bounds. And the Warriors have their 11th turnover of the game. The Mustangs have 23. And backcourt pressure being applied. Estrada Diaz in a backcourt to Wolf. Back to Estrada Diaz at her own free throw line. And then dribbles right into a defender. Not a wise decision. And then Savannah Staff misses an easy one. Then she goes back up and scores. Well, that is 8 points now for Savannah Staff. 31-12. Again, the Mustangs without 3 starters. Tessa Frasco, a hyperextended knee in her last game. Emma Christensen got hurt, as did, and there's an entry pass from Fritzler. That is intercepted. Here's a long pass down low for Davis, and that went way over her right hand out of bounds. Emma Christensen, it looked like she hurt her right wrist in the opening quarter on a charging foul. And then Kirsten Dahl, I believe a lower body injury. I don't know if it was a leg or a knee in the 2nd quarter. Now, she's still dressed, but as the ball is poked out of bounds, intended for Lewis in the high left by Glasgow. And here comes Haley Howe. But Frederick is well on their way towards their first victory of the season. Even though we still have 13 minutes and 17 seconds of basketball to go. To Fritzler, now to Lewis. Penetrates left baseline, and Lewis looked like she got tripped up, and then she feeds Jenna Fritzler, but it was a travel on Lewis prior to that. Mustangs with 4 turnovers in the quarter and no points. Down by 19. Lob in the backcourt to Glasgow. Long pass wide open as Davis banks, scores. However, a traveling violation. If she took a dribble, it would have been an easy layup. Instead, it's a walking call. And the Mustangs have the ball in the backcourt. And Lewis to throw it in. There's just not much offense out there outside of Fritzler. Wolf in the backcourt, pressure by Glasgow, now to Lewis. Lewis at her own free throw line, crossover dribble, lost control, gets it back, and then has the ball wrestled away in a tie-up between Lewis and Staff, and it's going to go over to Frederick. Emily Wells is going to come into the game. And she's in for Holly Lewis, who's played pretty well this season, but scuffling tonight. And Glasgow, 3/4 court. Gets it in high left to Davis. Davis into the paint, back out, faking the 3 of Staff, and then she collides right into Jenna Fritzler. Offensive foul. Jenna Fritzler, since committing those 3 fouls, played outstanding. And Staff has 4 fouls already. And that's Lauren Rosine checking in. Staff leading the team in scoring this season, 8.8 points a game, has 8 tonight. Majerus with 10. Nearly outscoring Fort Morgan by herself. Olivia Wolf crossing the timeline. Wolf against Glasgow's got to get rid of the ball. Maintains the dribble. Jump pass outside left for Wells. Emily Wells to her right. Picks up the dribble. Then her pass is intercepted by Glasgow. With Wolf to beat all the way. Banks misses in a foul on Emily. Check that on Olivia Wolf, her second. And to the stripe will be Jaden Glasgow. Even this Frederick team could play much better. Glasgow scored a bucket in the opening quarter. Free throws off the back of the rim. They could go up by 20 right now with a made free throw. The second free throw's up, line drive, back rimmed it, and Brooklyn Cundiff rips out the rebound there for Fort Morgan on the outlet to Wells. Wells is harassed by Majerus. No whistle in the backcourt. Left-handed dribble into the front court. Nice job by Wells. Back out to Estrada Diaz on the high right, then has her pass tipped out of bounds by Rosine. Retaining possession is Fort Morgan. Three-quarters court to throw it in will be Emily Wells with 4:17 to go in the third. Frederick 31, Fort Morgan 12. Right corner pass, Fritzler penetrates right baseline. Reverse layup is blocked by Haley Howell. Howell away with the basketball to Rosine. Left side, Majerus pulls up for a three. Off the front of the rim, rebound to Davis, dribbles, shoots, misses. And Cundiff with a rebound for Fort Morgan. On the outlet here is Estrada Diaz. Crossover dribble. On the left baseline, Wolf pulls up. Her shot is well short. It's an air ball. Wells has it right baseline. Her shot is partially blocked. It's loose. Fritzler has it. Bounces. Her shot is going to be blocked. And Haley Howell has it for Frederick. Glasgow to Davis. Misses that shot, and the ball is loose. And Fritzler goes for it, and she's got it for the Mustangs. There's a 2-on-2. Fritzler right of the lane. Right baseline, Diaz. Her shot is short from 8 feet away. And Glasgow has the rebound for Frederick. 3:22 to go. Third quarter. Still a 19-point lead for the Warriors. Glasgow across the timeline. Swings it left side for Howe. In the corner for Majerus. Picked up by Wells. Back out to Davis. Davis on the high left against Fritzler. Dribbles into the paint. Jump pass right side. Howe. Right wing three is off the lip of the rim. But the putback is up and in. Nobody block out Allie Davis, who banks and scores. And she's got 9 in the game. And the Frederick lead is 21 and a traveling violation by the Mustangs in the backcourt. I think it was. I think that's what I saw. Let's see. 30-second timeout. We'll see who's got the ball. I thought that was a signal because I looked down to give the 2 points to Davis. Under 3 minutes to go in the third, and the Mustangs don't want this. Yep, it's going to be a turnover against Fort Morgan because the back official is pointing in the direction of Frederick. They outscored the Mustangs 13-5 in the first, 13-7 in the second, 7-0 here in the third without Christensen and Dahl. And Tessa Frasco. It's Jenna Fritzler that has to get it done on the offensive end. Estrada Diaz, Wolf, Fritzler, Wells, and Brooklyn Cundiff for Fort Morgan. On the offensive end, it'll be Megan. Nope, she's on the bench now. It's Rosine to throw it in. Lobs it at the top for Howe. Left of the lane. Puts up a runner from 6 feet away and misses. Estrada Diaz with a rebound for the Mustangs. Out of the pack. 3-on-3. Diaz all the way right baseline. Had the ball taken away by Rosine. 29 turnovers. 9th of the quarter, and the Mustangs have not scored. Right corner. Faking the three is the other Rosine. Left-handed hook is up and off the back of the rim. She grabs the rebound, though, and then the Mustangs strip it away. Nice job by Estrada Diaz, forcing that turnover. 2.5 to go in the third. On the outside left, Wolf thinks about the three, dribbles left baseline, ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mustangs, and Sierra Groff is now in for Fort Morgan. And Wells to throw it in. Wells to the right of the basket. Lobs it at the top for Wolf. Thinks about the three, and then she nearly dribbled right into Cundiff. Here's Estrada Diaz, and she was bumped in the lane before making that pass. Second team foul by Frederick. And bumped by Lauren Rosine, her first. Wolf to throw it in for the Mustangs to the right of the hoop. Lobs it left corner for Wells. Back out to Estrada Diaz. In the left corner for Wolf. Down low for Wells as the shot blocked. Blocked over there by Tarnowski and taken away by Glasgow. In the right corner, here's Gwen Hanks. Lobs it down low off the hands of Lauren Rosine out of bounds. And even Frederick is getting sloppy here, but they can afford to. They have a 21-point cushion with 2:09 remaining in the third. Holly Lewis is in for Emily Wells. in a 1 hour break between games, and we'll have the boys game at 7:30 Mountain Time, or maybe a little bit thereafter if this game doesn't pick up the pace a little bit. Olivia Wolf with under 2 minutes to go in the third. Swings it left side for Holly Lewis. Lewis swings it right side for Wolf behind the three-point line. Dribbles towards the corner. Can't find Fritzer. She's double-teamed. Bounces it over to Estrada Diaz. Then she dribbles it right into a defender, and then Lewis commits the foul in the backcourt. It's a turnover on Fort Morgan, a foul by Lewis, her second, and the team's second. The Mustangs are a minute 44 away from being held scoreless in the quarter. Only 5 in the first, 7 in the second. Rosine swings it right side to Haley Howe. Now to Tarnowski in the right corner for Rosine. Left-handed dribble. Back at the top for Gwen Hanks. Now to Jaden Glasgow. Here is Haley Howe. Back out to Kylie Rosine. Now to Glasgow. Just moving the ball around, a minute 20 to go. Third quarter, 33-12 Frederick. Boy, nice ball movement. They're not even dribbling. Entry pass down low. Rosine tried to force up a shot. It was partially blocked there by Lewis. Out of bounds. Frederick retains possession. And to throw it in is Glasgow. Left baseline shot by Rosine is an air ball from 5 feet away, but Glasgow's got it. Her sixth rebound, and then she double dribbled. Well, what a terrible quarter, even for Frederick. They have 6 turnovers and 7 points. The Mustangs 10 turnovers and no points. Backcourt pass to Wolf. Olivia Wolf crosses over against Gwen Hanks. We have 1 minute to go in the third. Left side for Lewis, well behind the three-point line. Holly Lewis against Glasgow. Cross-court pass to Estrada Diaz, and she traveled. Picked up that back foot. She was anticipating passing it to Wolf, and she was covered. She held on to the ball. And here comes 22, who we don't have on the roster. Unless that's Delaney Frank. We'll just say for now that's Delaney Frank, and it might be. So Frank in the backcourt. 52 seconds to go. Lob on the outside left to Hanks. Left corner for Howe. Has the wide open three. Will not take it, though. Back out to Frank. Frank on the outside left. Baseball pass inside. Intercepted by Jenda Montoya. Nice play by the Mustang defender. And then we have a... Did she turn the ball over? Wolf must have turned it over in the backcourt. A palming violation. Frederick has it with 39 seconds to go. We've had a lot more turnovers in this quarter than points. In the left corner, Hank straight away for Howe. Overhead pass on the outside left to Frank. Back out at the top now to Rosine. From Kylie to Lauren Rosine. We have 25 seconds to go in the third. Entry pass. And Frank banks and scores, and a foul off the feed from Glasgow. Delaney Frank is in the scoring column. And the foul was on Olivia Wolf, her third. And to the stripe will be Frank. And the free throw is up and around and good. And the lead is 24. 19 seconds to go. And she did it again, yeah. Yeah, she's palming that ball. You got to dribble towards the top of the basketball. You can't swerve that hand towards the middle bottom. They're going to call that every time. So Frederick to throw it in the right corner. Rosine fakes behind the three-point circle. Kicks it back out to Hanks. 12 seconds to go. On the right side to Howe with 11. Back out to Rosine with 8 seconds. Straight away, here's Hanks with 6. On the outside right to Howe with 4. With 3, feeds it back out to Rosine. 10-foot pull-up off the glass is no good. And that is the end of quarter number 3. Fort Morgan was outscored in the quarter 10-0. It's Frederick 36, Fort Morgan 12 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you. The Lady Mustangs had the basketball, trailing 36-12 at home to the Frederick Warriors. Outscored 10-0 in that third quarter. Holly Lewis into Marbella Estrada Diaz, and what do we have it with the horn going off? 5 seconds have expired. Maybe they're going to put the time back on. No, they'll just leave it at that. And to throw it in from midcourt is going to be Olivia Wolf, who's had her struggles in this game with turnovers. The Mustangs have committed 34 in the game, and that pass, and there's going to be a foul. Frederick's getting a little bit probably too aggressive defensively, up by 24. Haley Howe with her second. It's only the team's third. The Mustangs have 3 team fouls. Many more fouls were committed in the opening half. Wolf just beyond midcourt, looking to trigger it in. Has to get rid of it. On the high left, finds Fritzler dribbling left baseline all the way, banks and scores. And are they going to call an offensive foul? Oh, man. An offensive foul, no basket. Well, I thought that was a clean play. There was contact. It goes as a turnover, no points. But it looked like the defender was moving. On the high left, Howe with the basketball at the top for Hanks. Swings it left side to Davis, guarded by Lewis. Davis right-handed dribble, top of the three-point circle to Kenneth Tarnowski, right side to Rosine. With a left-handed dribble at the top, back out to Howe. Howe in the left corner, Tarnowski maintains the dribble, hands it back off to Gwen Hanks. On the outside left, Howe in the corner now for Tarnowski, left of the lane. Jump pass back out to Allie Davis. They're just moving the ball around. 45 seconds have expired in the quarter. Frederick still with the basketball, up 36-12. Hanks cross-court pass to Davis behind the three-point line on the left wing. Bounce pass down low, Rosine all the way, hooks, misses, and a foul. Great ball movement. And then the Mustangs commit the foul. Olivia Wolf with her fourth. This game was essentially over when Emma Christensen was hurt in the opening half. And here's Emily Wells into the game, and Kendra Brenneman will now check in as Fritzler and Estrada Diaz are out. Well, you don't want the Mustangs held scoreless in the entire second half. The free throw is up, and that's in. From Lauren Rosine, her first points of the game. 37-12 Frederick. Second free throw is up, and that's perfect. They're up by 26. Why are they pressing? Wow. I'm surprised at this. With 3 Mustang starters out there still pressing. Wolf in the backcourt, pressured by Gwen Hanks. Nice job taking it across the timeline. Her pass is knocked out of bounds, intended for Brenneman, poked out of bounds by Tarnowski. Yeah, 26-point lead and you're pressing with 6:52 to go in the game. I don't know about that. Brenneman near the corner, has to get rid of it. Well, that's got to be a 5-second call. It is easily. Fort Morgan in this half has committed 15 turnovers and has not scored. That's what happens when you have 3 starters out. And Brooklyn Cundiff about to check in. And they're waiting for Cundiff to come in here for Jenda Montoya. Then you have to take on a Thompson Valley team that is pretty darn good on Tuesday night on the road. Let's see what Thompson Valley has done. Thompson Valley beat Frederick 56-30. Wow. And they're 4-2. Cross-court pass taken by Davis just beyond the timeline. Top of the three-point circle to Haley Howe. Swings it right side to Hanks. Left-handed dribble in the lane all the way off the glass and in with a left hand for Gwen Hanks. It's a 40-12 lead. 6.5 to go in the game. And Hanks is pressuring Wolf at midcourt. Now to Holly Lewis. Lewis at the top, right side for Wolf. Wolf straight away to Brenneman. Near the left corner for Lewis. Lewis with a right-handed dribble. Lewis at the free throw line in the lane. Her runner's up and no good, but she was fouled. Well, that could get the Mustangs on the board. Nice job of Holly Lewis making that move. And that was Allie Davis with her second foul. Lewis missed her only free throw attempt, so can Fort Morgan score their first point of the second half, and it's off to the left. Lewis out of 2 for the line. Majerus back in along with Frank. Rosine and Glasgow took a brief breather in his back end. Let's get on the board here. 30-second timeout called by head coach Steve Starcer. Engineering and consulting services for all of your projects at Western Engineering Consultants. Strong commitment to their clients' needs sets them apart. Get your project started the right way. Western Engineering Consultants. Boys game is coming up at 7:30 in about an hour and 13 minutes from now. Unless this game goes a little bit longer, then it might start a little bit past 7:30 Mountain Time for those listening online and outside of this Mountain Time zone. It was a 13-5 lead for Frederick after one quarter, but then that's when the issue started. Emma Christensen got hurt for Fort Morgan, and so did Kirsten Dahl. Both are out for the remainder of the game, and who knows what their status will be on Tuesday. You can barely field a squad against the Thompson Valley team that beat up Frederick by 26 points in a recent meeting. And this Frederick team is up on Fort Morgan by 28. Holly Lewis will attempt the second of two free throws after missing the first, looking to get Fort Morgan on the board for the first time since the second quarter. And the free throw's up. There you go. With 6:10 to go in the third, the Mustangs get on the board for the first time in the second half. Still without a field goal, but they'll take the point. 40-13. On the outside right is Majerus, well behind the three-point line, dribbles to her right, backs up, swings it cross court. Here's Delaney Frank. Frank, we have an illegal screen, it looks like, that was set. And a turnover. That's going to be on Tarnowski. Turnover number 18 for Frederick. That's her fourth foul, too. Backcourt, Olivia Wolf is pressured. Again, I don't understand all this pressure when you're up by 27 with 5:45 to go, and then poked out of bounds by Jaden Glasgow into the Frederick bench. Maybe Coach Hansen will back off with about 3 minutes to go. Maybe it's just a little bit too early in the quarter. But again, it's a bunch of bench players in here for Fort Morgan. Lewis lobs into the front court to Wolf. Wolf with a left-handed dribble. Towards the top, back to her right. On the high right to Lewis. Lewis into the paint, lobs it left side. Wells steps in. Her shot is up and off to the right. Rebound to Cundiff. She goes back up, throws it off the window. And the ball is into the hands of Jaden Glasgow, her seventh rebound. Right baseline. Here is Rosine all the way. Left-handed shot up and in. Nice shot by Rosine. It's 42-13. And again, backcourt pressure. And the ball is off the hands of Wells, out of bounds at midcourt. And that is turnover number 37. Here's Estrada Diaz into the game, approaching the 5-minute mark. Yeah, I think at this point you got to call off the press. Under 5 minutes to go, Frederick ball, you're up by 29. You can speed up the game as well. On the high right, Rosine into the lane for Frank. She banks and scores. Wow, what a shot to the right of the basket for Frank. And now they will back off. That's a good move by Coach Hansen. 44-13. 31-point lead with 4:39 to go in the game. Estrada Diaz for Wolf. She banks and misses. Oh, a great pass by Estrada Diaz. And the ball is tipped around and into the hands of Kylie Rosine, her fifth rebound. Rosine swings it cross court in the corner from Majerus. Back out to Glasgow. Now Majerus, left corner triple. Yes. Megan Majerus, what a shooter. 4 3-pointers in the game. She's got 13, equaling Fort Morgan's total, 47-13. This could go to a running clock. Here's the pass to Estrada Diaz, right baseline. Wells, 10-footer, back rimmed, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. That is off of Brooklyn Cundiff. The next basket will make this a running clock. Montoya is in. Yeah, so this will accelerate the conclusion of the game if Frederick scores. We have 4 minutes to go. They're up 47-13. Lob inside, wide open. It was Majerus. Had to save it, and now three in the corner. And that is good from Kylie Rosine. Now it's a running clock. 50-13 with 3:48 to go. And what a second half for Frederick. Entry pass, and there's going to be a tie-up. And that clock is still going, and the tie-up with Montoya there for Fort Morgan. It's going to go over to Frederick. And 30-second timeout called. Not sure who called it, but it's a 50-13 game. The only time you stop now is for timeouts, injuries, and free throws. Other than that, this will be a running clock for the remainder of the game because Frederick amassed a 35-point lead. The timeout was called by Fort Morgan. Coach Starcer at least wants his players to execute when they do have the ball. They have been outscored in this half 24-1. The free throw was made by Holly Lewis with 6:10 to go in the quarter. But again, this is not to speak disparagingly of Fort Morgan. You've got 3 starters out with injuries. And it's hard to operate like that when you're thin already to begin with. Majerus dribbling towards the top. Right side to Rosine in the right corner. Here's Savannah Staff back into the game. Spinning, shooting, and scoring on the right baseline. 10 points are Savannah Staff. 52-13. Holly Lewis the other way. Swings it over straight away to Olivia Wolf. Crossover dribble, left of the lane, towards the baseline. And we have a whistle. That'll be the 16th foul. No, an offensive foul? Nope, 3 seconds apparently was called. 3 seconds. So it's another turnover. That is number 39. Unofficially. We'll have a brief post game. We'll have a feature on the 1992 Class 4A state volleyball champions, the undefeated Fort Morgan Mustangs. About a 42-minute feature with some players and head coach Ron Alexander from that era. Delaney Frank in the right corner, wide open. Rosine triple, air ball, and the ball is picked up by Delaney Frank. Straight away, Majerus 3. She did it again. Megan Majerus is outscoring Fort Morgan by herself. She has 5 3-pointers in the game, and she's got 16 points. 55-13. Olivia Wolf, left-handed dribble. In the left corner, Estrada Diaz. And then her pass is poked away. Intercepted by Savannah Staff. 2-on-2. Majerus, left-handed layup. Off the bounce pass from Staff is up and in. And she has 8 points in the quarter. And 18 in the game. 57-13 with 1:53 to go. Holly Lewis straight away for Brooklyn Cundiff. All right, get off her already. Don't guard her that close, please. You're up by 44. Here's Wolf dribbling left baseline. Her floater's up, and that's an air ball. It's grabbed by Majerus. Swings it over to Staff. Lob down low for Rosine. She nearly threw it away, but it's taken by Frank, and she banks and misses. Too strong. And then the ball is out of bounds. That is off of Rosine as the running clock continues. The boys' game is coming up again at 7:30 because this game will end just before 6:30 Mountain Time. We have 1:12 to go, and here comes Marbella Estrada Diaz for Fort Morgan. On the outside right to Olivia Wolf. Right-handed dribble, picks up the dribble, lobs it back near the head of the three-point circle to Cundiff. In the left corner for Lewis, dribbles to her right, left of the lane at the free throw line. Right wing Wolf, wide open 3, and that's off the front of the rim, and it's into the hands of Kelly Tarnowski. Long pass to Staff, 49 seconds to go. Left wing 3 is off the back of the rim. Ball is tipped out of bounds. It is off of Tarnowski, Fort Morgan basketball. And they'll get one more possession here with 38 seconds to go. And Estrada Diaz the other way for Fort Morgan on the high left to Lewis. Lobs it right baseline for Estrada Diaz, and is that a foul? It's going to be the 16th foul, and it's called on Savannah Staff, and she is fouled out. She is fouled out, but the clock continues to run. With 10 points, that should end the game right there. Yeah, they're making the substitution, but this game is over. The Frederick Warriors have defeated the Fort Morgan Mustangs 57-13. Let's take a break here. From Fort Morgan High School, it's a 44-point victory for the Lady Warriors on B106, B106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you at Fort Morgan High School. The Mustang Post-Game Show is brought to you by Morgan Community College, here to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. a disaster for the Mustangs with two significant injuries early in the game. And they had Tessa Frasco out with a hyperextended knee to begin with. And Frederick picks up their first victory of the year as the Mustangs drop to 1-4 in the season. The final score was 57-13. The Mustangs trailed 13-5 after one, and then 26-12 at the break. So it was still a game, but again, Emma Christensen was out with what appeared to be a right wrist injury. Kirsten Dahl got hurt for the second straight game, and Tessa Frasco already out with a hyperextended knee. Fort Morgan was outscored 10-0 in the third quarter and 21-1 in the fourth. Their only point of the second half was a Holly Lewis free throw with 6:10 to go in the game. The visiting Warriors got 18 points from Megan Majerus, who outscored Fort Morgan by herself. She had 5 3-pointers in the game. 10 points from Savannah Staff. Next up, it was Allie Davis with 9. 5 points from Kylie Rosine. Also 5 from Delaney Frank. 4 in the game from Haley Howell. And then 2 apiece for Gwen Hanks, Lauren Rosine, and Jaden Glasgow. The Mustangs got 7 points on the opening half from Jenna Fritzler. Emma Christensen with 3 points before she got hurt. Kirsten Dahl had 2 before she was injured in the second quarter. And a free throw for Holly Lewis. 35 rebounds unofficially for Frederick. Glasgow had 7 of those. And the Mustangs had 26-7 rebounds from Jenna Fritzler. 40 turnovers for Fort Morgan, 18 for Frederick. The Mustangs were 7 out of 12 from the free throw line. Frederick 8 out of 13, so nearly the same percentage for both teams. But just a rough go for Fort Morgan in this game. They really did not have a shot after Emma Christensen got hurt in the opening half. And if today wasn't tough enough for Fort Morgan, as they saw 9 Frederick Warriors in the scoring column, it's going to be that much tougher coming up on Tuesday on the road against the Thompson Valley team that defeated this Frederick team 56-30 just 3 days ago. Wow, you wonder where can Fort Morgan go from here as they officially fall to 1-5. 1-5 is now the Mustangs' record after this setback against the Frederick Warriors in Fort Morgan. The boys' game will be coming up at 7:30. We'll preview it at that time, as the Mustang boys, like the Mustang girls, are coming off a victory, and they will be challenged tonight against a 4-0 Frederick Warrior team. The final score, once again, of this opening game of our doubleheader: the Frederick Lady Warriors 57 and the Fort Morgan Mustangs 13. We will take a 3-minute break, and then when we return, we will have a feature on the 1992 Fort Morgan Mustang volleyball team, the 4A state champions, as part of something we started 3 years ago called Championship Reflections. That comes to you in 3 minutes on B106, B106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.